Hello, hello! Welcome to episode 30 of What Are You Drinking Now? Here at the office, it's our New Year's Eve show. We just want to acknowledge Nick with his birthday this past week. What was it, on Saturday?
It's right on the 28th. Turned a year older.
Yep, and of course J-Man over here, whoa!
Yeah. What? Yeah, with that beard, like, what are you, like 2018 now?
Yeah. Next year will be 2019.
We just got cursed and lightning coming down and people hating us. We're gonna be famous
because we called Josh Jesus.
No, okay. but in all seriousness, guys, I did grow the hair and the beard out. I'm just trying to take part in the Easter cantata without needing a wig. Awful.
Okay, and yes, so we just got our first hate mail on Twitch. So anyway, tonight my palate cleanser is the Fortnite Anarchy Doppelbock. I am not as opposed to it as one or two of the other people on this podcast. I kind of like it. I think it's a smooth, easy drinking beer. Nick, what are you hitting on for your palate cleanser?
I noticed that thing's been getting good remarks from some of our visitors.
Yeah, we're selling it.
Not like how Josh and I thought it was going to go, but
yeah,
that's good news.
Yeah.
I'm doing another of the Edward Teach. Last week I did the Devil's Son. This is the session. This is a ruthless edition, Centennial Columbus hops. So this is going to be really hoppy, citrus aromas, clean finish. But it's going to be low alcohol, guys. This is a session, as it says, session IPA, 4.7. It's another fine one from Teach. Let me give you a little first impression. Hoppy. It's good. Doesn't have that strong malt that some of these sessions have. Feels like they fully developed that malt. Maybe just did their numbers right to come out with a dry, crisp finish.
So what do you got going on over there?
I have the Flying Embers Hard Kombucha. It is the
Kombucha.
What is this, Kombucha Theater?
Kombucha Theater, yeah.
Curious responses.
Yes.
Hey, guy. On purpose for... Yeah, actually, he has all the time just to see if it'll come back to life.
Oh, man. This is going to be worse.
It's proof that Jesus was a Buddhist.
Yeah.
Now it's the ginger and oak kombucha today, with turmeric, ashwagandha, and astragalus. Yes, guys, I know it's actually called kombucha. It's just way more fun to say kombucha. This stuff is really good. It's low in calories, low in ABV. It burns really good with the ginger going down.
He's just talking a lot right now. We normally talk a lot too. We just actually got through our beers, so we'll get back to each other. Well, no, that wasn't right. But we'll get back to talking on our own.
I guess with the bugs.
Curious, my response to that is if you see the Buddha on the road, kill it. It's the only way to make sure it's the real Buddha.
Wow. Wow. We're just stepping on all religions tonight, huh?
This is actually a Buddhist credo.
Okay, so,
Yes.
Oh, man.
So, why don't we start with Josh tonight?
That's a great
yours,
idea.
Because I think yours is going to be the lightest of the
So,
bunch.
first up, I have the Lindemann's Pêche. Pêche?
It's like Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Pesci.
He's kind of Italian. That's French.
This is
Actually,
a...
it's
Joey Peach is actually his.
actually, it's not French. It's
I don't get along well with foil on things, man.
Belgian, but they speak French.
In parts
Flemish.
of Brussels.
And this one has a bottle cap and a cork just to make sure the cork doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, if you buy some Lindemann's and bring it to the party and you didn't bring a corkscrew, bad idea. You're going to need a corkscrew for
Always
this.
remember, if you don't have a corkscrew, you can take a screwdriver and shove the cork into the liquid.
So while this is called Lindemann's Pitch, this is a version of what type of beverage, Josh?
Curious responses. You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
This is a peach lambic, so this is a fully wild fermented peach beer.
This is one that Nick cannot drink, right? Because he's allergic to peach. Is that true?
I'll have a little bit. I'll be fine.
So don't waste it on him. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, what? Oh, I was not listening.
I mean, he's gonna have to dump it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
You fool!
Sensitivity. Rob's right. I have a sensitivity to certain fruits, so I'm going to do a small sample of this tonight. There are 3 varieties of these. I believe it's available in Creek, which is cherry. It's available in Pitch, which is peach. And then I think it's also available in what we Framboise, which is what we consider sort of the elemental source of lambic, which is what you're having.
The framboise is the raspberry. And by the way, if it's a cockroach, yes.
There we go. Thank you, Josh. I knew you.
To answer curious response.
Absolutely, yes. If it's cockroach, yes. But no, this your lambics, you get that crazy wild yeast going on.
Now this is a Belgian. This is not a sour. This is.
Woo! I knew I was holding the wrong beverage. You said it has these crazy. I smelled that session. It wasn't there, but
yeah, you can. With these lambics, you're always gonna get those crazy, funky flavors going on because it's not your typical. It's not just your typical brewing yeast.
it's like I get the fruit. I get fresh peach, almost like candy peach, like peach Jolly Rancher peach. But next to it is all those other tones. There's like some metallic kind of like yeast tones. There's some other yeast tones in there that are just really fun.
This is bordering on sour though.
This is well, a lot of that comes from that wild fermentation too. You're gonna get some crazy bacteriums building up in there.
Because I get just the slightest hint of balsamic underneath that peach, but I don't want to say heavy balsamic because that would lead towards a sour.
Yeah, it's almost a sour. It could be considered a light sour, but this is really crazily good. I forgot how good this was.
Super good. The peach is very friendly. It has a sweet finish, and so there's an element of just juiciness to this. It's like you're getting juice and a beer. And my guess is it's coming off a little better than that juicy beer out of Indiana that we read about.
Oh yeah.
Exploding cans.
Yeah, exploding cans.
And ABV, incorrect ABVs. Speaking of ABV, what is this?
The ABV on this is coming in at.
I bet they don't tell you.
It's probably alcohol by weight if they do tell me anything. It's not. It may be on here, but it is not easy to find.
There's no alcohol in this. We can sell it to kids all day long.
Yes.
No,
yeah,
not
that's
true.
not
I wonder
how
if
it
they're
works.
not listing for the same reason that this place should have never listed, is they're actually adding fresh.
With this one, I think it's
juiced a beer.
It could also be. I wouldn't be surprised if they juiced it because this tastes like a lot like peach juice. But I don't think it's that high ABV. Tasting it, I think it's probably. My guess would be probably around the 4 to 5%.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I get.
I would lean more towards like 4.2.
And a lot of these fruit beers, coming in from Belgium and Germany and so forth that we get are running between the 2 to 5%.
Yeah, the Schopenhofers were 2 point something percent.
Yeah, they're really light. So I mean, it's not like they're drinking these to get drunk. They're probably actually giving them to their kids over there, just like we would give Pepsi or Coke to kids over here.
This is probably what you grab with a burger at McDonald's in Belgium.
Maybe.
Maybe. No,
I don't know.
That's probably not right. That's probably not right.
Yeah,
But you definitely get the Royale with cheese.
Yeah, the Royale cheese and a lambic. Oh.
My question is, why is it La Royale with cheese instead of La Royale con fromage? You know? Just
because I don't know what the con fromage means.
with cheese.
All right, so I remember what it was now. I remember what it was.
Yeah, well, let's hear it. Bottoms up. What are you drinking now?
This does taste just like a Jolly Rancher, though.
Yeah,
Nick, what are you drinking now, man?
I remember.
Do you remember now?
Do you remember now?
I do. Yeah.
State dependent learning at its finest. I didn't know until I finished. I was like,
I told you we'd get into the show and remember what it was.
we're having a little laugh. We've had some talk that we go overtime. We're trying to do like a half-hour type special here, and we have some episodes that go long. So you'll catch us. If we tend to start repeating a
Remember,
topic,
you're sharing that.
yeah, but I got lost on the last one.
Yeah.
Not our fault.
Karma.
Not our fault.
If you catch us going long on a topic and we suddenly stop, It's because we know we're repeating ourselves, and we want, anytime we start repeating, we want that to go to the comment board. We'd rather hear you guys say it again than hear us say it twice. So we'll do our best to limit repeating with that on the
Before you throw that in there, why don't you
show the cool label? Oh, yeah, guys.
I can feel one welling up.
Yeah, that's. Is it because we just slammed that?
They're also they tend to be pretty carby, but.
Oh yeah, he's got one of them out. So this is called Flat Brim, out of Charlotte, Triple C Brewing. Go ahead and hit you 5.2%. Hazy India Pale Ale, 45 IBU.
I didn't realize this was out of Charlotte.
Out of Charlotte, Triple C.
What does Triple C stand for? Maybe we'll ask him in the comments.
5.1 or 5.4.
Oh. So, while Nick looks that up, and you said, what was the ABV on this?
Know your craft. That's all it really says. Triple C.
What did you say the ABV was?
The ABV was 5.4. It's a really cool, fun label, by the way. I'm getting to enjoy beer. 5.2. So this is like a standard.
This
like,
is a session?
It doesn't list it as session. Sessions, I think, are typically under 5.
5 or less.
Yeah. Whereas this is a 5.2. So this is just a standard.
Okay.
It'd probably be a
Hazy
session
IPA.
for us.
Ooh.
This is nice color. It's definitely hazy, guys.
Good nose.
It might be just because of the peach that we just had, but I'm getting a lot of pine right there.
That's in there. Sure. Woo! It's so we've talked about this before. You can have really hoppy things without having overly bitter things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That there are some hops that are going to lend better to citrus flavoring rather than just a bittering agent. I don't really get a lot of bitter. I get juicy, I get tart, and I get citrus and pine. But I'm not just getting them as bitter, I'm getting them as the essence of those flavors.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely getting some serious fruit tones out of this, as well as the heavy pine. Grass clippings, a little bit too.
You know, we've mentioned that some of these more sessionable IPAs sometimes have that grassy feel. So
Yeah, I'm definitely agreeing on the not so bitter. I mean, I'm not getting maybe just a tad on the end.
This is like juicy up there with that outer.
But I'm really getting I'm really getting a lot of juice. This is like strong grapefruit juice.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. This is actually really enjoyable. I also kind of like it because it's not super boozy, but it's packed full of flavor.
So I might like this early in the day. Finished lunch, knocked off work early. You know, a weekender, just like something to crack midday to just enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh, there it was.
We just got this in today. What do we put on price on? I think it's $5 a can.
I'll double check. I think it's 5 even. This is definitely craft brew.
It's a little pricey, I think, but
this is definitely micro. I mean, these guys are doing the same thing. This is 2 silver cans with label. I love that I'm drinking black and green labels right now with my IPAs. It's like it's really great label. Like it makes me feel good about this beverage from the minute I open this can to pour it in the beer. Everything aesthetic is cool about this beer. Which, go ahead, it's called Flat Brim Hat, so why not? Something's I don't know if it's the Lambic talking or
6.4.
4.6.
4.6 out of 6.4. Alrighty.
So yeah, flat brim. Ooh, that was better.
6.5 this time.
Yeah, 6.2.
Alright, 6.2 or 6.5.
So yeah, flat brim from Triple C Brewing. I'm going to ask them on our post what Triple C stands for. Maybe they can tell us. I didn't think it's a very
another C town right by Charlotte. Like, yeah.
Charlotte Concord.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know. We can ask them. But yeah, nice little clean can, flat brim hat, like Nick said. So yeah, I think it's decent beer.
I think the drinkability on this is really nice. Like Josh mentioned, that low range ABV is good. We'd like to hear what you think about that.
I think what I think right now is
I didn't set my timer.
we are going to. It is New Year's, so we got to have some bubbly, right? So the wine this week is going to be. Now this is a French bubbly, French sparkling. This is not from the Champagne region, so this is not a champagne. This is a French sparkling. However, it's made champenois style, which means it is made just like they make champagne in that style.
Here's where Rob blasts a light out.
No.
Is the theme tonight burps?
Yeah, it really did. This is actually from the Loire Valley. This is actually from the biggest wine producer in the Loire Valley.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't think about like why I really recognize that name.
Marquis de la Tour.
Yeah.
What are the?
So they make some also not fine wines. Is that right? Like,
Oh yeah.
like they make stuff that kind of gets everywhere.
Yeah. This is probably one of the most exported wine out of France. They do a lot of bubbly sales on this guy. And I'll tell you right now, $16 a bottle.
That's pretty good
Yeah, that's a
for
solid.
French bubbly. And you said it's done champagne style, so we can't call it champagne because, as Rob mentioned, it's not from the specific region known as Champagne. However, like you said, it's champagnois, meaning in the style of. So,
Ooh,
I'll just
wow.
not to double up. But
We're gonna have to remember the Beano next time.
We're
this
gonna
is
have-
brute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is definitely
That's
brut.
dry.
Yeah.
Wow. Usually, even like champagne, you get a little of the fruit just
So-
in there. But
So the reason I brought this out, this right here is your French bubbly that's right above going to the corner gas station, picking up a bottle off their shelf or Walmart or whatever, and then or coming and getting a decent inexpensive bubbly in a wine shop. This is nice little French dry sparkling.
Lots of apples on the nose. Apples and
apple, apple, big time.
Well, the yeast is going to come from what's
I wanted-
introduced throughout the fermentation process.
I wanted to say it was green apples at first, but actually, I very quickly took it back. Like it's very much the red apple.
More going Granny Smith style type.
Yeah, not the Granny Smith, but
Oh,
actually
go with
more
the
like
Not red delicious though.
but not red delicious. More like a Mac or like not the Honeycrisp, but there's like
Gala or a Fuji or something.
yeah, like Gala, the soft tones. There's a Rome apple actually, or a Cortland, which are actually juicing
Now,
apples.
I am going to apologize for not having these in champagne flutes.
It might help with the imagery because wide glasses don't really show the bubbles as
That's
well.
true. That's true.
The other thing is too,
I'm sticking with the logoed wine glasses. That's all.
with the champagne flute, it does a specific thing with the nose. Am I correct? And so the way we smell
Just
the
tighten
wine
it up and drink
is
right to it.
probably more open than we're meant to experience
Yep.
this on the nose.
Oh, yeah.
So if you know,
It'll typically hold the bubbles longer.
Is
too,
there a
just
way
less
to
space
counteract
exposed.
yep, it holds the. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just a little tidbit for you going out to one of your nicer restaurants or whatever, or one of your not nicer restaurants. If you get a glass of champagne and you have you have your bubbles that come up from the pour, but if you have your bubbles running up the side of the glass, that glass is dusty.
Mhm.
Those bubbles are reacting because of dust in the glass.
Yeah.
So you may or may not want to request another one. I don't know. I'm just saying.
What do you guys make of the complimentary toast? You go out to a bar, you take your date out, and you're gonna do the New Year's countdown party at a place. You pay for your ticket, and they come around with the complimentary, and you're having a good time, you're in formal wear, and this thing shows up in like a put together
I'm
plastic
in
cup.
formal wear right now.
The bottom keeps falling off. You're like, oh god, I gotta hold this thing till midnight. And what's the deal with holding champagne till midnight? Like, it's gonna get warm.
Free Corbel for everybody. I'm down.
Hey,
So this is called sparkling wine, as pretty much any non-champagne variety of wine with bubbles could be called sparkling wine. How do we know that this is specifically like champagne?
it should say somewhere on the bottle, method de champenois.
So true French sparklings that are similar to champagne, just not from region, will suggest that they are made of
And
style.
I'm not sure where I saw that.
Uh-huh.
I was looking at it earlier, and I saw it somewhere earlier.
This is cool because this is I've shown up to a countdown with prosecco, with cava, great choices, great alternate choices, affordable, just not French champagne, and they're dry, they're different, and people go, oh, this is different. This is like reminding me of champagne, just slightly off.
We've got a couple. We got a champagne on the shelf. We've got a California sparkling, very nice.
The rose granite.
We got the granite rosé or the rose granite.
Yeah, that's a There's a sparkling rosé here, guys. There's actually two of them. There's also Block and Tackle. I think we still have one bottle left.
That's not sparkling though.
Oh, is it?
No, it's just straight
That's
rosé.
not rosé. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
And then we have for our champagne we have Taittinger.
Okay.
Then we have Cremant, which is from the next
Thank you. I was
region
awful
over
about it,
from
yeah.
Champagne.
The Cremant looks fantastic. I really
It
wish
is
we
nice.
had that for Thanksgiving, but a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
tried
people
to get in for
a
Thanksgiving.
lot of people do a Christmas turkey, or they do like a New Year's sometime turkey. Check out that Cremant if you're doing any kind of roasted chicken or a roasted turkey, any kind of roasted poultry. Rob is telling me that thing will hit. Even duck, probably. That would just
Yeah,
really hit.
yeah. That Cremant's going to stand up to a lot of poultry fat. A lot of the
Good old schmaltz.
like a duck confit. It's going to stand up to.
We're back to the duck confit.
We're back to. We couldn't end
Okay, I'm
Am
gonna
I just gonna have to make duck confit?
Yes,
again?
we've
Okay.
only talked about it like half the year now.
Okay.
Well, for
Like,
30 episodes.
Two of my favorite food groups. Food wrapped in food, food on a stick. I'm pretty sure duck confit counts as food wrapped in food.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
That's food wrapped in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really good. No, okay, so I'll make some duck confit. We'll eat it in front of you guys and tell you it's really good.
This is
Yeah, we will.
this stuff is like, it's hot. It is brute. It is dry. Share this bottle with your friends. If you try to drink this whole bottle, you already seen us belching.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a perched belching raisin. Okay.
Which would be funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Everyone that's
fine.
involved.
If your midnight kiss is this bottle, you're gonna wake up fine. At least you don't have kids.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah, hey, so my biggest thing for me is to make it to the midnight kiss before I fall asleep, and then fall asleep soon after.
Yeah. I don't want any surprises come September.
We're just gonna leave that there.
All in all, okay, so this is the
Virgos, huh?
We're just gonna leave that there.
This is
Only the Virgos knew they were New Year's babies.
this is the humor episode. This is actually for $16 for a champagne style sparkling. I think this is really good. It's not. You can definitely tell it's not like super fine champagne. But
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
for what it is, this is really
if
good.
you consider though,
Number one, look at
Yeah.
this bottle, guys. I brought champagne, bitches. All right.
if you consider that a half, a 375 of Taittinger is
God, it's like
37
$20.
bucks. For 16, you're getting twice that. Wow. 6-4 out of 7-1.
This is into
Yeah,
Cava
it's-
range with the belching.
Yeah, tonight's just ridiculous.
We've done super bubbly lambic. We did IPA after the lambic. Now we're doing bubbly wine. I mean, there's
Yeah, that was a session. I'm drinking 2 session IPAs.
There's
next to a bottle of bubbly.
There's a lot of CO2 buildup in the gastrointestinal tract right now.
I guess what we're doing is just getting you ready for New Year's. If you make any of these choices on New Year's, or you just want to talk to us and tell you how crappy the party is, we'd love to hear what you're drinking now. So please tell us.
And we will, as far as getting this, if you want, tomorrow we are open regular hours.
That's right. I'll be here.
6:30 a.m. We can start selling wine at 7.
I'll be here
up until 8 o'clock.
Yeah. I would love to get you the bottle that's going to make you get your midnight kiss.
I challenged the managers earlier today to sell out of all of our sparkling wine by close tomorrow.
You know what this would be good with too? If you did like a hand squeeze.
Well, I almost
juice,
sold you out of
did like
Pinot
a
Grigio.
mimosa with a hand squeeze juice. This would be really good.
And cold duck is a thing. It's not just a bad variety of half sparkling wine.
You're not talking about like comfy that you let come up to room temperature.
Cold duck is basically that half bottle of champagne that you put in the fridge or the freezer or on the nightstand or back in the bucket of ice. You just mix it with juice in the morning. You basically make a mimosa with flat champagne, and it's called
that's
cold
a
duck.
5.3 out of 6.2.
It's only good chilled.
Yeah, well.
Now, if you run out of champagne for the guests who didn't stay over at night, go ahead and put the Old English with their orange juice and give that to them. So while you have a cold duck, they have a brass monkey. Out of a brandy snifter, hopefully.
Man.
In review, tonight, Josh, why don't you tell us about your Peche and then...
Alright, the Lemon Peche, this wonderful lambic right here. It has been a long time, my friend, since I've had you before.
Your lambic. Thank you, Jesus, for the lambic.
Yeah, absolutely. The lambic, delicious. I'm going to give it thumb and a half. Little sweet for my taste, but also very desirable. Had a lot of that Jolly Rancher feel going on, which was really cool. But it was fruity enough. There was a complexity of flavor there you don't find in a lot of beers. I'm a huge fan of wild fermentation. I love the funk.
Thank you, Jesus, for the lambic.
Absolutely, yeah. Little known fact, Ron Heineken bought German purity laws. Originally, it was water, hops, and barley. They hadn't discovered yeast yet, so it was water, hops, barley, and the Holy Spirit that made beer. So there's a lot of Holy Spirit in that one. Tis the season, but no, it's really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's
all right. Well, for me, of the 3, like Nick said earlier, we have the Framboise, the Creek, and the Peche.
Joe Pesci.
So, of the 3, I think that's my second favorite. I'm a Framboise fan.
Yeah, Framboise for sure. If the peach is too sweet,
yeah, the peach is a little sweet on me. I'm not a cherry fan. So
the Creek is amazing.
The Creek doesn't do it for me, but that's just because of personal preference on cherries.
Yeah.
But the peach, little sweet for me. However, very good still. I'm going to give it a thumb and a quarter, just because, like Josh said, it's a little sweet. I think I could do better with the Framboise. I'm not going to drink more than one of the peach. May have a couple of the Framboise and regret it. Well, actually, probably not regret it more because the ABV's low. But yeah,
it's not a beer you drink more than one of a lot,
Yeah, the split is fun. I'd like to split that with one friend.
Yeah.
Whereas a champagne, you can go 4 ways,
and then
4 or 5 ways,
Your rating on the Lindemans?
So what I think of the Lindemans, I'm kind of with Rob. I am a fan of the original Lambic, Framboise. However, all Lambic is a special ritual for me, and it is a ritual best observed with friends, which I got to do here tonight.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna say thumbs up there. I'm gonna reserve the side thumb, just like these guys do. Peach may not be my favorite. However, the Creek, the Framboise, they both pour red and pink. And that's an off-put to some people. This peach poured like wine or beer with that straw color.
Yep.
And that could be very nice, especially if you're looking for some kind of bubbly alternative for you and your loved one on New Year's Eve. So
we're going to have to get you a good sit in here.
One question, that is not gluten-free, correct?
No, this is not going to be gluten free.
It doesn't
It's a
specify.
malt beverage, so
Okay.
there's going to be gluten.
All right. Just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
What's it? Barley still produces gluten in it.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably lower in gluten than other kinds of beers, but it's still going to have gluten in it.
All right.
It's not guaranteed without wheat, but Brussels, if they call it beer, it has less than a certain percentage of wheat, which I think is basically the same percentage as a sour mash, 17%.
So your beer, Nick.
Yeah, my beer was awesome. I'm still drinking it. I got one last sip for this section of the review.
Just so we see that.
Flat rim hat.
By far, this is a juicy Carolina IPA.
Yeah, right.
It's got haze factor to it. The haze is beautiful. It gives it a little tannic tone with the oats, the flaked oat kind of salad. My guess is there's definitely some mallow in there. Just the way the haze truly sat. It wasn't just colloidal oat. And there's a little milkiness to the sweetness of the juice. It is juicy. It is a sessionable, lower ABV sessionable. I'm not going to call it a session.
That's a good way. That's definitely a good way to word that.
I definitely, I would, on Nick's Daytime Drinkers, it comes in a can, it's a pint can. This is a great alternative to drinking a pint on tap in the middle of the day if you come up in here.
Nice little IPA to drink around the bonfire.
That's right.
Yeah, I 125% agree with that one. That is a
I
good.
didn't find myself slamming it, which IPAs tend to go down really quick for Nick. This one,
I did notice that would
this
stay
one
around to
kept-
the end.
and I think it's the tempering of the hops. They really went for this nice acidity with the hops without getting bitter. And that part I loved. I'm like thumb up and like 9:45, 10 o'clock. I'm like almost 2 thumbs up on this one.
1.75.
Yeah,
So-
maybe I want a little more alcohol, or if it's a session, I want it to truly be a session.
Yeah.
So
They're in that hazy area.
hazy IPA.
So for me, I like it. Triple C. This I think this is the first Triple C I've had. Have we had another one in here?
Didn't you used to
We
carry the
had
Baby Maker?
We did have the Baby Maker.
Yeah,
That was a big boy.
I'm very familiar with I'm familiar with Triple C and the Baby Maker.
That's
Did go to
right. We
school
did
in
have that
Charlotte,
our
so-
first year. So yeah, this would be our second one then. I think like Nick, it's right there in the no man's land region of session here, big drinking IPA here. We're kind of like right on the border. It's good sessionable. I think this is actually a beer that you can take a 4-pack with you. It did come in 4-packs, right?
Yes, they are 4-pack tall boys is the original format.
You can take a 4-pack with you to a gathering and drink all 4 of them, not come away hammered and acting like a fool, but still enjoy a good IPA.
Yeah, or you could trade one with your friends and you're gonna look cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a thumb and a half as well. I think it's solid, little IPA. I like the fact that it's out of North Carolina. I am gonna ask what the Triple Caesar stand for.
I'd like to know. I'm curious. Charlotte, North Carolina, South Carolina. That's pretty.
I'm
I don't know.
thinking Charlotte Concord. I think you're
You've
on
got
something. with the
Cabarrus County up there too.
Cabarrus.
Cabarrus.
So are they trying to say they're like not
Cabarrus.
quite in
It's
Charlotte?
one of them.
That's what I was trying to figure out because it says
No, but
Charlotte.
Triple C, I'm pretty sure is like in.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I gave it a thumb and a half. What about you, Josh?
All right, so I
They
thought
were
it was
just trying to
truly
look
desirable.
sugar-free.
I have to say
Did you
that
say less desirable?
truly desirable.
Oh, truly
That's
desirable.
definitely really delicious. I love how they're able to get that New England hazy IPA flavor without the ABV hit that is always omnipresent in
Yeah,
New
That's a
England
good point.
IPA.
That's
Yeah,
a good point. I
it is.
didn't think about that.
It's because a lot of people have tried to get that, and it ends up tasting like session IPA, where the malt is toned back so much that you really don't. You just taste like the hops, and it gets in the way, you know. But the
I might
balance
have
is
to
there.
adjust my
You know, this
rating
is
on that.
brings up a good point, Josh. It reminds me, you and I like to drink a lot of beers, not just a lot of beer.
Yeah, no, yeah, I drink a lot of different beers.
Yeah.
It's why I had to quit using Untappd. I don't need to know how many different beers I've drank.
500 this week.
Yeah, no, well, that would be impressive.
That's only happened once for him, by the way.
Only once, yeah.
And that was when he was walking on the lake.
This is so true.
Oh yeah, walking on the lake.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was when he was walking on the
What I will say about this,
That's one way to fish.
I don't have as much of an issue.
Why don't you just take the fish and divide it?
Oh,
We're in so much trouble.
Oh man.
it's not storming yet, but as soon as we open the door,
Curious
there's a
response
lightning
is
bolt.
glad you're not a devout Christian. Thank you. Or are you?
He's gone.
I just see frogs coming down out of the sky in
Yeah.
front of the office.
Yeah, well, raining blood or something.
Yeah, the river.
Either way,
It-
I
The
don't-
creek's gonna turn to blood.
I don't hate the ABV as much because you guys are saying it's that awkward thing. I think it is that awkward kind of in between. What I would say is probably more like a brunch ABV. Like
Yeah.
it's 10 a.m. I want a beer. I'm off.
It's 10
It
a.m.
was us Saturday at 12 when we finished
I
doing the
don't-
electricity.
It's 10 a.m. So I don't want like
We drank a beer and promptly lost our tools. It was great.
I don't want to drink a 4%er because it's not going to do anything to me. And I don't want to drink a 10%er because I still have a day to try and get through. Therefore,
So you're saying
5.2.
it's a day drinking beer.
So there's a
Yeah.
balance between it's not going to do anything to me and I'm not going to
It's
do
a
it.
little too strong. It's a little too strong for 7 a.m. And it's not strong enough for 2 p.m.
That reminds
but
me
it's
of
that
was it
good.
the
Sounds
commercial.
like a
where they-
bookends beer.
Yeah,
Reminds me of the commercial where the two guys are on the West Coast.
1.75.
Getting ready for the football Saturday football game.
Oh,
and they're cracking the beer, and it's a great 10 a.m. beer.
No, I gotta say it. 1.75. I gotta agree with Nick on this one. I can't say it's a perfect beer, but I can say it's close.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So we're moving on to the Marquis de la Tour. This is a sparkling wine from the Loire Valley in France. Largest producer from the Loire Valley. Second largest sparkling producer from France outside of Champagne. Comes in at $16 a bottle. I think part of the reason is because they produce such a large amount, they're able to keep it affordable. Solid sparkling wine for me.
It's NV, non-vintage.
It's not going to be something you're going to spend a lot of money on, but you're also not going to be showing it off to everybody that you're drinking, one of the big boys.
This is almost like show them the bottle, but not the label. Pour it, let them try it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, champagne." You're like, "Gotcha!" It's French, but
Yeah.
not champagne.
So like I said, this is your low end French sparkling from a wine shop. Nothing wrong with it at all. I say low end just
Pricing.
just pricing. I'm going to give this a 1 thumb up. Again, if you notice, 1 thumb up is not entirely bad. I've given stuff half and quarter thumbs or no thumbs before.
A nub.
A nub.
I
I
think I had.
think this is a solid little sparkling that we have. And I'm going to give it a 1. Nick?
I feel happy, and that's the proof that you've had good sparkling wine. That is what sparkling wine is intended for. No other purpose on earth. All these wines we've tried throughout the year, half of these are designed to get dinner down, okay? This wine is designed for no other purpose than to celebrate your friends on special occasions. That's what it is
Or
for.
just celebrate your friends.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, anytime you're celebrating your friends, it's a special
Or
occasion.
drink mimosas.
But nobody says you
On
have to
Saturday.
go broke just because you're celebrating. And this is a great way to do that. This is the best sparkling wine I've ever had at the lowest price.
At $16, you can buy 3 bottles before you can buy a big.
I can buy more expensive cava and be disappointed in it. Okay,
Yeah.
this is guaranteed to hit. Half your friends will think it's champagne. Like, I'm not saying buy this to fool people, because that's really not what this is about. But this is true to style, true to form, and it's very good. It's going to make you happy. It's going to make you smile. It is dry. It is a brut. Okay, do not buy this if you want a fruity thing to drink. Buy this because you want a sparkling beverage that's going to celebrate your friends and make them happy.
Sweet champagne should
Thumbs
not
up.
exist.
Thumbs up. For you?
Thumbs up. Hands down, thumbs up. It's hands down, thumbs up. Absolutely. Exactly everything they've said. Price point's perfect. This is really good for what it is. There's no way around that. I like really nice champagne too. I don't have the money to drink really nice champagne all the time.
Yeah.
It's nice, but this is really good for what it is. If you want to do mimosas, this is perfect. You don't want to drop $40 on a bottle of champagne and then put orange juice in it.
That's true.
If you spend $16 on a bottle of Method Champenois style,
I had a barista one time that started to do that, and I about hit her.
yeah, you don't.
No, I didn't about hit her. It went through my head really quick though.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
That's
I
what
didn't
Kava's
even
for.
flinch. I
If
didn't even
you're
flinch.
if you're buying the Tattanger off the shelf, you're not mixing that with anything.
The only thing you're mixing that with is some love. And maybe caviar.
Or just by itself and enjoying a generally good time in the vineyards while you talk about next year's harvest.
Do you want us to forward this to?
No, anyway,
Sally?
a thumb up from you. So,
It's really good.
so we're gonna say Happy New Year, everybody. We'll see you next week.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.